Hello my friends and welcome to monthlies. This is going from July 23rd to August 22nd. And just quick note, thank you everybody for helping, sharing, subscribing, liking. I appreciate a lot. 10,000 is a really cool thing to be at just in less than 5 months. So quick announcement, we only have one special this month, which is your expert. So if you want it, check it on my website. Love you. Hi Sagis, welcome to your monthly forecast. This is a really big one. I mean, generally I wanted for each sign just to take one card from each oracle cards that I thought kind of was my choice for this month. For you, this is like Earth Magic Oracle and Zen Oracle cards. However, as you can see, 4 cards jumped out, and it is kind of like really interesting what I'm seeing here. So you have rain, purification, you have DNA, karma, you have childhood, innocence, and wolf instinct. But before I get to this, you got this one, letting go, right? So let's talk about it. I mean, for a while I noticed that you guys had, well, let's call it issues, right? It looks like doing the right thing, and doing the right thing cost you dearly, and nobody got happy in the end. So doing the right thing in the end was not doing the right thing. So it's kind of interesting because we have here image of lotus leaf, or leaves rather to say, in the morning, right? So you can see the dripping over here. I think that's the key in this picture, right? So one is dropping down, and it's kind of, I think that's the precious moment that this card is talking about. So what's happening over here really? So here it was one, and here it was everything, right? So we are looking from something that was a previous identity to something vastness of water. So just imagine how it really was before it fell. Probably lots of trepidation, right? And going into the unknown, right? So to choose this card, it's recognition that something is finished and something is fully completing. Whatever this is, a job, relationship, home that you loved, anything that may have helped you to define who you are. And it is now time to let go of it, allowing any sadness, you know, but we have to try to hold on. This card is also saying that something greater is awaiting you, and there will be new dimensions to discover. All of a sudden you're going to feel connected. You're past the point of no return now. Gravity is doing its work. You know how it is? You're in a mid jump, so go with it. This is going to be liberation. So now we are going to probably see many moments in your reading about this, because this time around I'm first starting with oracle cards. So it is kind of really interesting. I have lots of snakes happening, and you have karma. Wouldn't that kind of like really sound like really letting go? So look, we have this healing over here. So this is exactly what you need. But before I get to karma, maybe let's talk about childhood, right? So what do we see here? We see like 2 kids playing really innocently, right? And what do we have as a memory of our childhood days? It's kind of that no worry kind of feeling, where we kind of like didn't have that obligation to accomplish something that day, right? So when we played, it was like sort of just going with the flow. It was permanent love, right? So that's why sometimes we just fall back to thinking of good old days, right? So when we kind of like see this card, it really is evoking in us the best it can be. And look at even that sun ray that keeps falling back. So innocent is not simply the lack of guilt and lack of shame, but it's actually quality in itself, one that we kind of possess naturally. Very first time we actually are born, it is just who we really are. So there are challenges, of course, that we have, that we face throughout life, and they actually shape our personality and character, right? But we also actually encounter moments that kind of follow disappointment or loss. Sometimes we turn basically sour or cynical, and also we had times when, you know, layers of anger or fear block the flow of kind of our vitality, when we just like act not as we are, when we kind of like think we are becoming somebody else. So yet in spite of this, you know, there is a core of innocence that you probably know it is residing there. So when this is basically coming out, it is asking for you to dig out and remove all these layers of sadness, of fear, of resentment, and take any opportunity to heal the shame, so revisit that state of purity. So when you do that, like, you will see that every moment kind of that is in front of you is going to be fresh, and it's going to be something new, because you are removing the filters that are stopping this light to penetrate, right? So enjoy your receiving light and love. And this is why this purification is happening, right? So what is rain? Like, isn't this like just kind of like amazing feeling? I actually just this morning ordered the air purifier that comes with ozone, that I really want in my place to feel that freshness. To me, this is a feeling of rebirth, right? So no matter what it is, like after shower, we all feel almost like new, right? So also the waters signify something that we know very well, because we were carried in a womb in that kind of water. So when it comes to this point, when we have this purification, it is asking us to purify our mind, body, and spirit. So whatever we do, kind of like just take it easy. And so we have to figure out what is the prominent belief that we carry about ourselves and that inhibits us from being fully engaged in life. So what is that is preventing you of being there 100% of the time? Purify your heart, allowing to breathe in blessings and forgiveness, so then you can even love more deeply. I would also allow you to feel your grief. Truly invite it, because there's so many theories that you have to think about fairy tales and imagine happiness. It is very hard when you feel grief, when you feel sadness, and it just simply doesn't work. I hope you tried it, and I hope you didn't feel stupid, because this is how I felt when somebody said, oh, you just have to think all these rosy thoughts, when I was really on the bottom. So I have found a better way. Much better way is to face it. So when you face it, you are literally looking the demon in the eyes, and you know you can conquer it. This is where is the positivity born. You're looking that demon, and this demon is becoming smaller and smaller. On the outside, you can also detoxify your body. I know they say the body is the temple of the soul, right? So change your diet, doing the cleanse for a few days, or just drink lots more water, pardon me. Also increasing the daily amount of water, since this is the rain card, right, will actually show deep appreciation for the purpose, and is going to revitalize you. So water is sometimes called lifeblood, and it's really essential for every form of life on earth. So this is time for you guys to purify yourself and go back into that innocence. You see, two of them are really heart chakra. You guys been through, I mean, this is heart chakra as well, but you've been through something really intense, and you have lost yourself. So it is really time to reclaim who you really are, that free spirit that you guys have. And interestingly enough, I was like really initially looking at wolf, and I said, like, why is wolf in this whole combination? Everything else is such a straightforward thing. But then, you know, it came to me, you probably have lost touch with also instinctual sensitivities, right? Because sometimes this is a result of, I don't know, cultural or religious prescriptions that tell us how do we have to live our life. So we get programmed, and we are playing somebody else's scripts, we are playing somebody else's tapes, and who we are and our instincts get kind of like buried, right? So this is saying just shed your inhibitions with just like do no harm kind of a thing. Just be who you are, make sure like you're not affecting others with your behavior, and kind of see what kind of reaction comes back, right? Just, you know, experiment by getting out of the straitjacket, right? Whatever norm that you kind of like taken on upon yourself. This is again asking you just like take deep breaths and simply notice that your body is actually alive and it's telling you something. So your mind here is like your body, and here is like your mind that is receiver of that information, and they can learn to work more closely with each other all over again. And I think, guys, you are redefining your DNA, and this is like a complete healing that is taking place, because it was, look, body, mind and spirit. If you really think about it, everything makes sense. It's aspects of your soul that kind of entered your physical being, right? Existed way before your DNA has formed, right? Because you also carry soul patterns inside of you, not just body, not just arms, not just legs. So this is one of those times where you're going to feel the shift. It's going to be this light of awareness, and you're going to kind of like almost have visit or communication from your higher self that can just come out of nowhere. You might be just sitting on a bus, and you might be looking at a beggar or at an old lady, and it's going to hit you. You might just be going to bed, and the dreams are going to wake you up, and you're going to have an epiphany. In a sense, you're going to really now understand the difference between destiny, fate and choice. So guys, this is going to be really interesting, a very spiritual month for you. So let's move on to this double Celtic cross, and first see, because I shuffled, what is on the bottom of your text. Look, 3 of Cups. So this is a card of joy, and this is a card of cooperation, and I would say this also can be interpreted as a card of that childhood innocence. Look, that's a friendship card as well, and it says, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. If you're saying to yourself, oh gee, I really don't have real friends, then maybe you have to ask yourself why. Is it that who maybe you became was not having a vibrancy that you really felt is right, and hence anybody who you attracted was not the right one for you? Or you maybe attracted the right people for you, but they didn't resonate because you were not configured right. So maybe this is time to revisit people from the past and invite them for coffee, or just call them to say hi and see where it goes. This is a really good time for you guys to become who you used to be. So anybody who will refresh your memory, who will give you a hint to let you understand, I am that Sagittarius, I am that freedom-loving dude or girl, is going to help. So let's see what we have this month. This could be the one. You see, you have already met the romantic partner you seek, so it's again coming something in the past. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Love yourself first. Again, you deserve love. Can you guys pick up the theme? Codependency. I think these are those tapes that we need to shed. Chemistry. Who is the lucky fellow or a lucky lady? Past life relationship. Worth waiting for. Romantic feelings. And let go of control issues. So, let me just see this with tarot. Wow. You guys have lost somebody who meant a lot to you, did you not? And you lost that someone because harsh words that you uttered. And you're still waiting for this person. Oh my gosh. The story that is kind of like in front of my eyes, because look at this. This is enormous shift you guys are going through. You have the Lovers here, then you have like, I mean, Two of Cups, which is a soulmate card. Two of them rarely come together, like especially not in the same spread. Even rarer is to see it in the same cluster. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas out of 10, 5. So it is like a big shift. So this karma, this DNA, you're like reconfiguring yourself, but basically reconfiguring yourself backwards, because looks like you took a left turn when you were supposed to take the right turn. And now it's time. All these hard times that you had was karma. So you probably met a karmic soulmate who was there like a signpost. So no, you have to go back. See, you deserve love. You're lovable. This is somebody who you met. Somebody who may have been a friend only, but who kind of like made you feel worthy, that you're lovable, made you kind of like be completely on top of the world. But this is like in the past category over here. Somebody maybe juggled. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe it was a situation with work that kind of came in a way. It was a time of indecision, because this card also talks about a choice. And yet, the choice you made was the choice that everybody ended up kind of like crying, including yourself. So this was this reliable thing, right? Trying to figure out how to make life work. And, you know, it happens that sometimes even the best intentions end up badly. And I think this is what happened here. And you probably cursed the destiny. You cursed everything. And I really don't think you did go to your friends to help you. So please do that. Because I see here, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Maybe you have been rejected. When I see Two of Cups reversed, this tells me that it was a breakup. The soulmate is no longer in your life. And even though you're still sad about that, you're realizing that you really didn't have much to offer, because what you offered was not the best. Maybe they were harsh words. Maybe you are the one on the receiving end of the harsh words, but that was a result of, yeah, look at this. You have these two. It was like huge indecision. Maybe you were rejected. Then you just like decided to walk through the tightrope and make a blind decision that kind of like felt right. Because I see this like King of Pentacles. This tells me you wanted to be a proper wife or a proper husband, proper boyfriend. You didn't want to really be selfish, but you ended up being selfish. You ended up being blamed to be selfish, better to say. It was a really tough choice to make. And you made it with the best of intentions, but they didn't land well. And I see it here, because this is where you are. Somebody you had you feel still strong connection with. It says this could be the one you have already met, the romantic partner you seek. But that romantic partner was Knight of Swords reversed. It was somebody with whom you didn't end well. It could be that you're not even talking anymore, that all you remember were harsh words, and you cannot understand why are you still connected to this person. But you are, because this person was really deeply ingrained inside of you. See, this person literally died, and literally, maybe I shouldn't say literally, hopefully it was not literally, this person is dead to you, or you are dead to this person. And how sad this is, because at the same time you feel the opportunity was missed, and you want badly to have that opportunity back. Badly, you want to create that, you want it. But one is only a potential. It's only seeing a little bench in the distance. You still have to get there and sit on it. Also, you're trying to figure out how to organize your life. It says finances and career, and financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And then you have like this King of Swords. So this is the King of Fairness. It's somebody highly intellectual. It looks like you might be looking for a job, or looking for a promotion, or maybe you just switched recently because this is in your present. This is really talking about trying to find a fair solution, because you see here it looks like you either were giving somebody hard time or being on the receiving end, or both, and you have came to conclusion how basically destructive this was, right? So here you're trying to establish some fairness and try to find some fair ground, like solid ground under your feet. And like, look, we have Knave of Swords. Are you spying on someone, Sagis? Try on checking this person, or maybe you're spied on. You see, this person was your friend. When I see Ace of Pentacles, this is like coming in long term. Something, you know, you really want to build something long term. This could be simply also talking about that if you got recently promoted, or you're like awaiting promotion, or you're waiting for a new job, this new thing, and maybe this is kind of like you're trying to figure out and find some kind of connections or a word about it. It's going to happen, guys. It's a new start. It's a new start that is going to be very, very fruitful. At the same time, since this is affecting your love life, what was about it that affected it? So why did your work come in a way between you and this love that you wanted? Because this tells me it was some kind of friendship that you no longer have, and that you would want to have. And maybe it was a sacrifice that you made, and maybe this is like what kind of like it feels. But this is what is crowning you. You see, codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And then you have like this Eight of Wands. Whenever I see these cards, I see a dreamer, I see vision, I see looking to the sky, and these arrows are flying. Look at this energy, look at the swiftness. To me, these are arrows of love. So I think you cannot explain to yourself why do you still want this person after this such harsh treatment, after looks like you've been through hell and back, and hell and back. Codependency. Again, I keep saying the same thing when I see this card. This kitty thinks she is a dog, and this kitty thinks he's a cat. He's a rabbit. And that's exactly what happened to you. You were not acting, you were not being yourself. And the person you wanted maybe knew you when you were innocent. Maybe this person was really your friend, and something happened that other things got in the way. When also I see this card, it tells me that maybe another person, a third person, hovered around. This doesn't have to be necessarily cheating, but it could be a wife, ex-wife, some kind of processes, because you couldn't let go of something when you come with a codependency card. Really, for me, just looking this way, especially because you have the Hierophant here, it tells me that you were trying to do something proper. Maybe you are married with children. Maybe you kind of like wanted to be diligent in the situation. Maybe you wanted to move forward with divorce, but something stopped you in the last moment. And yet that resulted in a huge burden, and you were collapsing under the weight, and you cannot figure out what's going on. So hence these messages that we have received here: innocence, purification, instinct, and karma is really important, because like you have a double codependence here, which means you think you're doing the right thing, but are you? Try to let go and kind of simplify your life, purify your life, and the answers will start coming to you. Because now, like, I mean, these three majors that I have are talking about this really deep thinking about something. You still have chemistry with someone. There's like this still strong magnetic attraction, and you, however, want to control, and you kind of like want to feel like a king. You want to feel like on top of the world. You want stability. But there was this breakup with this person. Queen of Swords reversed, definite breakup card, and things just stopped. This like huge chemistry just stopped, and it didn't stop inside of your head. You're still attracted. You're attracted to this person emotionally. You are missing this person as a friend, and you still feel this person is lying next to you. This is how strong this attraction is, and like you cannot explain this to yourself. Why is that? So that's the karmic connection, guys, right? So how do you feel? You feel stuck. You see, the Chariot, it's kind of the black and white thinking that got you into this like boo-boo where you are. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. You cannot let go thinking of this person, because this is obviously a karmic tie, and it's a soulmate that maybe was soulmate throughout basically centuries. And when this card turns reversed, it tells me about morality. It tells me that, again, you were trying to do the right thing, but you did the right thing with the wrong person. You didn't recognize your soulmate, and the soulmate recognized you. And now you do now. And that's why you are ridden with anxiety. You have difficult time sleeping. You actually really wondering if happiness can happen for you. But it will. This is a number 9. So you are purifying yourself. Just keep going, because you're just right there, right? Yeah, this is not good. Maybe it was a situation where you were the winner. You won. So why don't you feel like a winner, Sagittarius? Why are you so upset? Why are you so nervous? Why are you so stuck? Why can't you go? I'll tell you why. This was your karmic connection, and this is what happens. Lesson is still vibrant. You still have to ask yourself, what is the lesson? Because look, you're psychically connected to this person, and you probably wrote in your soul contract, in your karmic contract, you guys got karma card, and you are getting a high priestess. This is somebody who gets it, who knows secrets, who just kind of looks at you with his big eyes, and you know they're seeing through you, and they will say nothing. You know, cats, they just like walk away if they think that, you know, you're not treating them well. It says divine timing is at work in your love life, and this is in your environment, and you're having this high priestess. This also can tell me sometimes it can actually represent children, because if I have the Empress, that's for sure. I still don't have Empress showing up, but I have the Hierophant. See? You made the wrong choice, guys. Ten of Swords. The healing is taking place. These wounds, lots of wounds were there. And there are quite a few of you that feel victimized. Maybe you are. But trust me, you victimize somebody else as well. See? It was a complete burnout, guys. Complete. This is 10 and 10. You probably still are recovering, just like even with energy, even trying to go forward, because you see here, you kind of still have these romantic feelings from someone. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, but then you have like 9 of Wands. You don't have power to go forward. This is you, Saggies. You're just like, oh my gosh, my tires are deflated. Just leave me alone. And look, you end up with this secrets, or and lonely, or being bothered, wondering what the truth was. Gosh, this is so sad. I'm really feeling this story. I'm actually seeing this almost like a movie in front of me. You see, this is a control. Both cards are control. It says, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. You're still trying to control things. Because the Hierophant is somebody who is ruling groups. So it's a priest. It's, you know, pastor. It is a boss. It is a CEO. It's somebody who's going to tell you what is their method, and they expect the entire group to just like cave in. Did we just not talk about it in the beginning, that you have to let this go and stop doing proper things just in the name of doing them? You can still do them. There is a possible different solution. Look, guys, you're at a crossroads. You know, Star. You probably will figure out by now that I'm Aquarius, and this is my favorite card. If you look at my header, you'll always see this card really, really prominent. It's a card of friends. It's a card of somebody just like putting their hand on your shoulder and say, hey, are you okay? I'm here for you. Somebody who really genuinely cares for you. You know, only a friend can care without any other payment. They really care for you just because you are not allowing this to happen. And look at the card that says here, healing family issues and free yourself and forgiving and learning. You guys have to let this happen. You are not letting this happen right now. That's what this card tells me. You do know you have to let it go. You do know that you are at a crossroad, and you at the same time feel, over here I invested so much. And I think now I know why you had this King of Swords. This is like trying to be proper and fair, and you're doing that. You're building this, and it's like cutting your arm. You cannot stand it, and you're going through that. Guys, there is a different solution. That solution is going to come to you. That solution is as simple as allowing friends to help you, finding real friends. Go back to friends who used to be your friends, who used to tell you off, who used to tell you the worst possible things about you. These are your friends, because you get that self-check through them. Also, if you're hesitant to really open yourself up fully, and you're still being that lone wolf here, please remember that letting go is the key. And also, that means allowing kindness, allowing other people to give you a hand. This is really your month in front of you, guys. This could be very easy for a water sign. For you, this is not easy. Okay, signs that I see. I see Gemini. I see Taurus. I see Aquarius. I see Scorpio, Capricorn. Aquarius again, Virgo, Leo, Aries, and Cancer. So lots of signs. So these signs don't have to necessarily be your partners. Sure, it can be a reflection on your partner as well, but remember that everybody you have around you is a mirror of yourself, and it's basically the soul contract that you signed, the people who are actually making sure you actually do it. So you have to ask yourself, do you really feel good this lonely and isolated? This is not a natural position for you guys. You cannot feel comfortable with winning in a situation where there is no win. There are like 3 parties here, and you have lost something extremely precious to you in the name of doing the right thing. So guys, what was the right thing really exactly? So let's check. The next stage is like doing the Lenormand spread. So I'm going to put all 32 cards on it, and we're going to look into that. Maybe we're going to get more information. So for you, that's going to be a second, because I'm going to click right back. For me, it's going to be a few minutes. So see you soon. Hi guys. All right, so this was really interesting because look, I see the same repetition. So for those of you who actually have never seen Lenormand, or never seen this like entire grand tableau where all 32 cards are combined, so just so you know, they're like in this particular deck, they're like 2 significators, the lady and the gentleman, and disregard the gender because either of them can be you. So I'm just going to give you like 2 different trajectories. For one of them I cannot see much because it's the end of one story. So again, this looks like for some of you there was some new financial beginning. It was some kind of crossroad, possibly with finances, that happened about 2 months ago. But it could have been all the way down to the winter, because there is a mountain here. So it was the blockage of lots of problems that had to be cut. And you're still actually going through some, while the others are kind of like still pushing it forward. See, this is that loyalty in spite of fog that you've been going through. And here, oops, they're always seen up, right? So here I see actually that something has happened. Again, it was this karmic connection. Look, you have the cross and the heart and the betrayal. See these lovebirds with the ring, and then it was this book, some secrets, some third party stepped in that start eroding this demise. You have this like vermin destroying this, and it is somebody from the past. I see it here again. It's somebody who may have been long distance. Some of you still very much feel maybe that you just want to be alone, because you just cannot imagine being with anybody else. But you will be. Something new is going to happen. Not very soon. By November, by your birthday, something will happen. And something will happen with the same person. It's going to be the key to something new. But it's going to, August, September, in October, it's going to start some new communication. Maybe a visit. A letter. Actually, this might even happen next month. And I know I'm reading this in July, so sure enough, this can be August, but it's not going to be before the 16th. And it's going to be a big surprise. Something that you wrote off. Or you're going to surprise yourself that this is what you want to do because you have the heart and the lovebirds and the ring over here. I think it's going to get to you that maybe you lost person and you lost this past life connection. and maybe you were like sort of in a dream, like in a fairy tale, when you eat a poison apple and you're gone, and maybe you woke up, the prince came and kissed you, and now you have to make up for things that happened. So centrally, there's like still things, still to some point you still want to have an upper hand. You still want to be smarty pants. So be careful about that. I would suggest dropping this. I would suggest trying to be vulnerable. Get back to that innocence. When you're a child, you don't play games. You don't try to wrap yourself to how you have to say something, how do you have to position something. You just say it. You say the truth. So this is what it's saying, because look, you have the child again over here. And then you have the stork, which is kind of again this innocence, and then lifting up the spirits and the loyalty. And it looks like that can carry through some additional kind of issues that may happen around that time. So it's not going to be easy path, guys, but I think it's going to be good next month, really good. But then it's going to hit you the month after that. Oh my gosh, I have lost something really precious. And you will fight for it. You will fight for it. Because in the end, you'll be happy that what you did for the right reasons. Because this talks about reputation, and you wanted this reputation. Or maybe you're going to have to build back something that you have lost with this person, right? And declare that new intention, declare what you want. It looks like you're going to get really, really serious, because you're going to get healthy by then. When is this? By November, you're going to get really healthy, and you're going to have this renewed sense in everything, in your renewed sense in life, renewed sense in spirit, renewed sense in loyalty of the other people. The sunshine is going to be very bright. So it's going to be interesting, because right now I can see some of you are dealing with finances. Maybe some of you are traveling overseas, or maybe there is somebody who has been long distance that is still on your mind. But you're going to have lucky breaks. You're Sagittarius after all. This always saves you. This is like your trump in your sleeve. Alright guys, next 52 cards. So that one is a truly biggie. So this one gives us more situation, and Gypsy spread is going to give us more emotions. And there are way more players. We see singles, we see couples, we see on and off, we see enemies, we see intrigues. So I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, a Gypsy spread. So this one is tough. And this one you can only find at Cat Tarot, by the way, because this is really, really tough to read. So let me tell you how this really works. There are like lots of people here, and lots of things that people do, and lots of sides that we have. So for example, we have sweetheart. So this could be single ladies, or it could be somebody looking out for love, or could be any one of you as well, because we all have multi-layered personality. Then we have a lover, which could be a single guy. It could be you, Sagittarius, or it could be the person of interest, right? Then we have Lord. Lord can be a professional, could be male, but again, the significators can go both ways, so don't kind of like get hung up on this. So this can also be a married guy, somebody who is posing as, you know, this I am somebody kind of a thing. Then the wife. This can be a wife, it could be a person with children. And then we have foe, and we have enemy. So this could be rivals. Then we have young woman, which can be you younger ladies, but this can also be a child. And then of course we have a child. So interestingly enough here, some storylines are repeating. So I'm going to give you a whole bunch of storylines here, guys, and see which one it fits. And I really, really appreciate if you tell me which one it fits, because with so many people coming to the channel, I see, like, literally, I see almost like a movie, like, in front of my eyes. Because when you read tarot, when you read any of that, you'll find that most readers will just tell you, this card means this card means this. That's great, but you have to know how to connect them. So knowing how one and one card connect, so two gets tougher, how three cards connect gets even more tough, right? But then try to layer, like, I mean, we had 30 cards in the last spread, like, then we had 32 in Lenormand, now we have 52. So this is where it gets difficult, because now I have to see your entire life. And of course, I'm responsible because I feel that what I say has to be well thought. So this is like a detective work. Like I see, let's say, money and thief. Okay, well, that kind of makes sense. Most of us can kind of guess it. But then what's a soldier and melancholy kind of coming together? So let me tell you what I see here. Interestingly enough, the spread started with death of an enemy, widower and a prison, and thief. So that in itself tells me a story. Something has been put down. Just like I said, like, literally somebody died. No, maybe they did, and I hope, you know, that's not the case. But prisoner sometimes talks about marriage. So I think that some of you are going through a breakup, or the breakup finished, and it could have been that your mate has been stolen, or there was a third party, a thief. Now the interesting part here is that the Lord, the sweetheart, and the young woman are in the same trajectory. So this to me would mean a few things. There is the guy who likes to play the field, but that, I don't think that's the case. In this case, I think that maybe some of you ladies or some of you guys had somebody in your past who was your secret, who maybe was a cause for this breakup, right? That you had really high hopes for, but things for some reason just didn't work out, because some secrets were released, revealed, ended up with lots of jealousy, and you guys ended up waiting. But right now there is like a huge shift. Actually last month that shift started to happen, that you start feeling better. Consolation means, okay, consolation prize, but you start kind of like getting your mojo back. There was this hint that there is more in life than all this melancholy and depression and jealousy that kind of like you've been through. Like you also have a malady, and where is doctor? If doctor is here, then holy smoke, I thought I saw there is doctor. So this is all showing that some of you were really affected and feeling really, really down, and you lost a sense of who you are. Like you were on guard about everything and anything. You have lost hope in others, and you have lost hope in yourself. And you see, there was this sense of doing the right thing here as well. There is this faithfulness, you know, but you felt being a victim yourself. However, here what I see is that there is someone who possibly has a child, and there is a reunion happening for some of you. Somebody who has been unavailable in the past. The interesting part here is I still think this person is still unavailable, but I also think that this person is actually going through legal process of separating home and separating papers, because I see this person's wife has been going through a deep sorrow, and here there's communication, and it looks like dissolution of this, and it's going to be final. Same thing by October or so. It's kind of horrible situation, because this could be you guys as well. You want somebody and somebody else wants you, and that somebody else who wants you looks like you are with that person because you think this is proper, but this is not what makes you happy, and you're in fact experiencing deep depression over that. And you are getting this very soon, because you see, I see that it's going to be in a trajectory of the person who you really want, that things are going to not work out with a person who maybe was a steady relationship. And it's kind of sad, because I don't know, like this person looks like had children with you, maybe is pregnant again, love, but cannot get over some cheating. For those of you who are looking at this wife as a significator, maybe, you know, there was something that happened a couple of months ago. Maybe you got pregnant. Maybe you tried to kind of like renegotiate things and see how things can lift up. You try to look, so here is like, get your friends help you, and try to see what can work, and it was lots of messages, but you in the end are not going to be able to find it in your heart to forgive to somebody who betrayed you. You know, it's going to be counseling, it's going to be dealing with legal issues, and you certainly love this person, but the turmoil this person brought you, it was just too much. And it's kind of going to be really interesting. I think, you know, the really good thing that is happening here is that you're actually talking to somebody about that. Some of you guys here, just like I saw you in your tarot spread, feel horrified. Look, you have misfortune and fortune. So the third person that you guys, somebody in the past that you're in love with, that was a rival of somebody you have been with, right? That you're still thinking about. You love and hate that person at the same time, with the same intensity. You almost hate this person more, but you also cannot forget what kind of friendship, what kind of true thing this was. So you are extremely torn about what's going to happen. But I do think you're going to reunite. You will reunite with that person, because you're going to be next month so sad. Some of you, not all of you. Some of you are going to just get news that things are actually working out with something that you thought was long past gone. Others are going to go still through these motions. Oh my gosh, you know, what is up, what is down, what is like red, what is blue. Others are just going to have the next month or this eclipse hitting them about what basically made them super happy about this person. And look at this, you have a sight and sorrow, and it's going to hit them. I have to communicate. I have to put an end to all of that and let them know, because if I don't, you know, like they say, either speak now or stay silent forever. And I think it's going to hit you that you have to do that. So Sagis, what's happening? You are so conflicted. You are trying to do the right thing and explode in your face. Then you felt victimized, but you victimized others, and it looks like just simply everything you touched turned to disaster. So let's go back. This month, karma is asking you to go and revisit this place when you were really authentic, to go back to that innocent. So this person that you knew and this person that you know, just like find what was about them that kind of like put the sun rays shine on them. Then let go. Purify yourself. because you have to heal yourself. You will actually find out exactly. Your instincts are not going to cheat you, because right now you guys have major karma at play. And now we know why this card was here. You guys are supposed to let go. And let go of things that didn't work anymore. I also want to pick up one more card for you, for sealing this reading, for more or less advice. And guys, this is a general reading. If you want a private reading, feel free to contact me. So, okay, Sagis, give me one card for Sagis for August. Actually, from July 23rd to, oh my gosh, you're getting a whole bunch. From July 23rd to August 22nd, I need one card to seal this reading, to give direction and what's going to happen by the time we get to it. We have the reversed Ghostland. Okay, so let's see, what is that? Actually, I really like this picture with all these kind of signs. It says, you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. So this came to you reversed. So it says, when the Ghostlands card appears reversed, it is a sign that you are wandering in an emotional or intellectual place with no real substance. There is no point longing for that which has already gone or hasn't happened yet. Perhaps you created a fantasy of the good old days, or some elusive utopian destination that lies somewhere in the future when this or that happens to make things better. Live one day at a time. Each day is a new beginning filled with truth and beauty. Stay away from the ghostlands of past and future. Avoid nostalgia and longing for something better. Find joy in what is present in your life today. So this goes back to, guys, recapture your innocence. Be good, Sagis. I love you. Have a great month.